The Christmas Pig is a magical story, but in a very different way to Harry Potter. You're entering a world that runs according to its own peculiar magical laws, and there is magic around Christmas Eve. I've always wanted to write a Christmas story, always, but there are so many Christmas stories out there, and I wanted to do something different, and I always felt that unless I had the right idea, I wouldn't write a Christmas story. And what was incredible about the idea for the Christmas Pig is the moment I had the idea for the story, I thought, but of course that has to happen on Christmas Eve. That's the time it has to happen, because there's a lot of folk stories around Christmas Eve, special things happen on Christmas Eve. When I had that idea, I thought, this is it, this is my Christmas story, I'm going to get to write it at last, which was wonderful. Often when I have the idea for a story, even I don't really know how it came. This story actually had a very concrete jumping off point, which was that my son David, when he was tiny, his beloved toy was a pig. Now that pig wasn't called the pig, as the pig is in the story. That's the name is my invention. So he had this grubby little pink pig, which he still has, but which was always getting lost, just like Jack in the story. He was constantly hiding this pig. And I became panicky that one day he was going to lose this pig for good. So I bought a replacement and I hid it in a cupboard, which David then discovered when he was a toddler. He went to the cupboard, opened it up and looked really confused as he found this second pig. And then he told me this was his pig's brother and kept it. I kept thinking about what it would be like to be the replacement toy, this second pig. And out of that grew the story of the Christmas Pig. If I had to describe Jack, the hero, I would say he's brave, because he chooses to risk his life in this story. He's loving. He's very capable of love, not just towards his pig, but to other human beings. He's a loving boy. And I'd say he's a little bit lost. Things have happened to Jack that have made his world seem a little less stable. And that too is a big theme in the story, what being lost means. So I remember that in 2012 when I'd had the idea and our family was on holiday somewhere very hot. And while everyone else is on the beach or swimming, I'm under a big sunshade with a notebook, and I was starting to work out what the land of the lost would be like. The deeper into the land of the lost that Jack and the Christmas Pig go, the stranger things become. This is definitely a book that some children can read to themselves, no question, even quite young children. At the same time, I've always loved the idea that my books are being read aloud at bedtime. The Christmas Pig does lend itself, I think, particularly well to being read aloud to younger children. I would hope that some of the things that Jack and the Christmas Pig encounter in the land of the lost, I think would be great jumping off points for conversations between parents and children. I lose things all the time, and it drives me crazy and I hate it about myself. One of the overarching themes in the book is loss. Clearly, we're in the land of the lost. So I'm talking about the things that we treasure, the things that we miss, the things that we throw away without thinking about them. The big lesson, I suppose, of the book, or what I hope people would take from the book, is that loss is part of life, but it can open doors to other amazing, amazing things. So all is not lost when things are lost.